This is, we recently had a request from EQT to do heavy hauling and road boring agreements for water lines. So, in looking at it, I discovered that they're not potable water. It's not potable water. I couldn't understand why EQT was the one asking for the permits to put water lines under, and it wasn't Pennsylvania American, it was EQT that was looking for these permits. So this is not potable water, this is water going from a various amount of well sites that is, quote, frack water.
It's related to the conversation.
Yeah, so it's quote, frack water that's gonna be in movement. So apparently there's new regulations about storing frack water on site. There is, a lot of expense in disposing of water that can be reused if they could channel it and reuse it. So the new thing apparently is that they're gonna have these water lines throughout the community and in, through above ground, through yards and so forth, the people that signed the leases for such. But what they wanna do is come across Joe Smith's yard and down underneath our road and come back up. And this water, as long as it's in these pipes, it doesn't have a home, so it's not being stored. But they're gonna be using that water to frack, extract, refract, extract, refract to various well sites. But these pipes, there's gonna be a lot of miles of pipes in this town.
Well, how's this gonna devalue some of the property?
I don't know, but so the
Everybody-
other condition, the other thing is they don't like to dispose of it. They recently found out that it has lithium ion and stuff in the water that they haven't figured out how to extract it out of the water yet. But they don't wanna go throwing apparently some of these wells take 750 gallons of water a day. That's a big expense to pay for water and then dispose of water. 80% comes back up. So I guess this is some sort of design to reuse it. And so, but the issue is that they're asking to come underneath our roads with it. This is not Pennsylvania American water. We've never dealt with this. I don't know of any township that has dealt with it. A road boring of a pipe that's not a utility pipe underneath a township road, and we just don't really, at this point, know how to.
This could be
Approach with-
metal or what?
We don't know, they didn't tell us.
Well,
What's
no,
why do
HDPE
we-
piping?
I've seen pictures and I've tried to research online, and I've seen pictures of just a pipe on those little pyramid things that go across.
They're gonna have two pipelines. One's gonna be HDPE carrying water, and the other's gonna be a carbon steel pipe.
No, it's not gonna carry water.
That's what it says.
Is that what it says?
Yep.
So that, I think that's to the first well.
That's
I
for,
think it's going to, that's going to,
oh,
really?
yeah, I'm just reading the description.
Because I saw where it starts with Pennsylvania American Water fresh, then it's kind of a mixture of the two
Right.
as they pull up the 80% and then mix.
they use it real quick.
So, again, it's not Pennsylvania American Water, so this is not a utility asking us to bore under the roads. This is a private industry wanting to put pipes underneath our roads that may or may not break, and if they do, it may or may not have, a biohazardy kind of cleanup involved in them. Whatever we wanna do for,
Crappy water in, I'll say
it's,
that.
yes, so whatever we wanna do, yes, Mr. Lika?
Now, they're going through my property, and this line is gonna be fresh water that hooks into a fire pit. There's no,
These are not, this is I don't even believe his area is.
it's above ground, it's water from the fire plug to the well site.
More
So,
than that.
yeah, this is different.
It's only one
than
pipe,
that. This is,
so
this
they
is
can't
different.
put frac water back into the fire
These are,
plug.
they're gonna have water, they're gonna have vaults in each one of these well sites.
It used the word mixed water.
Yeah.
What is mixed water?
It's gonna be,
Backwash
they
water.
say that they get.
Frying one.
You don't say potable water, they say mixed water.
So they get 75 to 80% of the water that goes in comes back up. That's gonna be mixed and re-enhanced with potable
Right.
water.
They do call it mixed water. I'm not sure.
Never heard the term.
It is not
It
fresh
still isn't
potable
going back
water,
into
it's
the
not
fire
drinkable
plug.
water.
Pardon?
It won't go back into the fire plug, so you can't,
No.
you have to go
That
put
I
it into a
agree.
tank or something.
They'll be
These are
back
gonna
with
go
water,
from well to well.
Well to
It's gonna
well
go
to
from the
well.
Caden to the, there is a design that the township has received that we
crossing?
It's go Maple Street is one, they wanna go under Maple
Lobs.
Street, Pumpkin Center,
Under Maple
Lobs.
Street?
Yep,
Lobs.
It's an interesting project. I'll
it is
say that.
it is quite a,
What that's gonna do though, if you don't okay it, they're gonna put trucks on the road. The
we're
water line's
not
gonna
saying
cut-
we're
the
not,
water
we
line-
just
No,
never,
I'm just saying, water
we
line's
just
gonna
never
cut
dealt,
down.
we've never dealt with it before.
Yeah.
These are, they're calling them temporary water lines.
Yeah, if you go out
So
136.
the estimation of temporary is 10 years.
If you went out 136, I don't think it's there now, but they had one that crossed over 136, was down through Somerset Township out there maybe.
It's gonna cross under, not over.
Yeah, when I knew it, some of them went across the road, you can see the pipe they used there. They crossed over.
Well, one of the
Lincoln.
suggestions we got was to take a look at what maybe PennDOT does for their roadways, cause they're gonna be coming on the
Yeah.
state too.
Yeah.
It's just something we have to deal with because they're not a utility.
I think what we need to do is figure out what's going on before we say,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know you've dealt with that before, guys.
Yeah, so.
No, these aren't.
No, no,
not
this.
these, not
You've never
these.
seen the water lines before?
I've seen the water line supplying, but the question is.
This is not,
use
this
the
is
word-
brine water.
They
I
use the
think-
word mixed water.
I think what they're talking about, and I have no idea, just what I was reading and so forth. They're gonna take, I'll say, fresh water one way and bring the other back, and they're gonna reuse it back. and forth.
That's what it is, they're gonna be,
Okay, okay.
so
I'm
they're gonna
reading
be,
fine here.
they start out, over Pennsylvania American Waterway.
She's been
Yeah.
They
saying.
go in, but that, what they extract back up,
Yeah.
gonna keep, it's
Okay.
gonna be in a circular
They're
for
gonna go
10
back
years.
and forth with it or something,
But that
yeah.
water is gonna be reused
Okay.
for a 10-year period
Yeah,
of
I was just
time.
reading that. I was just
Yeah.
looking it up.
So, if one of those pipes would break underneath our road, we're dealing with, an issue.
Well, you're gonna have two pipes.
Pardon?
You're gonna have two pipes, it's gonna go back and forth.
No,
Yeah,
it's
well,
a-
it's a
only
really
one pipe.
intricate,
They
yeah, it's only
probably
one
got
pipe.
a pond for the frac water that comes out. They probably pipe it to a
Vault.
pond or a giant tank or something. They
As long
can't go
as it-
back through
There's new laws
Pennsylvania
dealing
water.
with, no, it's not coming back to Pennsylvania American
Well,
Water, it's in
there's
a
only one
circular
pipe.
thing.
All
Let's go into
Pennsylvania
a
water
circuit.
is putting the runner line to give them a tapping source, a water source. Then there's a valve pit that comes off that. I'm sure they'll have backwater preventers and all the engineering marvels there are to prevent anything.
It's a
from going back to the
relatively
water.
new thing that they're doing. I don't know if it's because of the lock and dam situation down in in the Alrima area, but for whatever reason, they started to get all these permits from the DEP for this water line system. And then they started to approach the township about heavy hauling and boring agreements. And as I started looking, I'm like, this isn't Pennsylvania American Water, this is EQT. What kind of lines are these and what kind of agreement do we need with the private industry for going underneath our roads? The first thing that happened, one of them was Pumpkin Center, and I go, I don't know that Pumpkin Center can take a pipe underneath it, it's already sliding. And that's when we started looking at it.
I know.
And what it said, I can't, I'm not good at computers, I found out, I can't find it again. What they were saying is they'll take the fresh water, and I'll say pump it into a pond, and then they'll use that pond.
A
pump
vault,
out,
they're
and
calling it a
pump or
Pennsylvania
vault, yeah.
American Water Vault,
And then
at
they
each
pump it
well
back.
site.
The vault where they get the fresh water from,
Then it goes into these pipes.
into the pond, it goes into the pond. And then they pump it out of the pond, I can't find it, I'm an old man.
This is not freshwater pipes, George.
No, it's not.
They're not, they're
And
not
li-
in my
listen, they take
Pennsylvania
the fresh,
American
they
Water.
take the fresh water, they
All
fill the
right.
pond from the fresh
Time to look
water.
at the documents.
Then they
before we
pump
get
out of
into
there.
comment.
Okay, what's next?
Okay.